Yay! Time for 13 minutes of Mortal Kombat and Ed Boon. Look at Ed Boon, man. He hasn't aged since 1989. Look at him. Him and his maroon polo. He's fresh as fuck, isn't he? Doesn't he sure look like that, you know, he made millions of dollars off of fucking making Mortal Kombat? Yeah. Okay, so they unveil a couple of things in this little segment here. Oh, look at Ed Boon. Isn't he just fabulous? Can't you just look at that guy's teeth and tell he's a good guy? But they unveil a couple of things in this little segment here, and he talks about a lot of it, which is nice. I like it when producers come out and they tell you everything. Well, not everything, but tell you some nice things that you like to hear, you know. And judging by, you know, last Mortal Kombat, you know, he didn't lie last time he was saying those things. So, you know, it's good to see him, you know, knowing that this is a fighting game and it has, you know, it is competitive. But, okay, so here they talk about the characters a little bit here. Casey Cage, a mix of Johnny Cage and Sonya Blade, which I think that's awesome. They're making 3 versions of the character where they fight different, which, you know, that's pretty cool. One version of Scorpion uses swords, the other one can, you know, light himself on fire, throw fireballs, I guess light somebody on fire with the chain. Another version he can just summon demons, you know, which, you know, all of it seems really cool. All these moves seem really cool. At first I was wondering, like, hey, why don't they have it so you can just use all the moves at the same time? You know? Yeah, because, I mean, doesn't it make sense? But then again, I started thinking, like, well, if you get a 2D fighting game with a bunch of moves that, you know, are all pretty good, or some of them are kind of bad, you kind of get what, but look at his teeth, man. He's awesome. But you kind of get something like Blaze Blue where, you know, you're continuously adding a bunch of moves, and sometimes they're good, sometimes they're bad, but it can really be, I guess it can be very nerve-wracking for beginners, but at the same time, you know, still it adds another depth of gameplay, but it also adds another depth that, you know, there's 3 variations. I find that very, very entertaining and whatnot. Oh, let's see if I can keep this commentary up for 13 minutes. What's this here? Okay, so apologize about that. I actually had a call come in. But, yeah. Well, actually, I shouldn't be apologizing because I started right where I ended. But, like I was saying, yeah, the variation thing, I can see where that could be mind-boggling, but, you know, it's really cool that they added more moves, which, like I said in the previous video, it's always good to have a 2D fighting game that adds moves instead of staying stale for like 15 years and adding a dumb mechanic, you know? Yeah, this is, I like Scorpion's new teleport. Like, I like the new moves. I like the character too. Was it Devora? She's cool. Like, everything about her is so MK. She has the spider legs, or the crab spikes, I don't know what you want to call them. And the insects. She's just really cool. You know, I was biting my nails while I was watching this, because I was thinking, oh shit, I hope it's not like Injustice where you win one round and you have 1 life bar left, because that's how Injustice works. You don't win Injustice by rounds, you win it by life bars. You had 2 life bars. You know. What else was I about to say here? So yeah, that move is sick. That move is sick. Like, it's all pretty cool. Like, I can see myself incorporating those demons into Scorpion. Like, I really like it. The sword thing, however, I wish the sword thing, why can't that just be a part of him? But I guess, you know, they all have their variations, which is going to be very easy to see. Or, it's going to be pretty cool to see. The graphics look so damn good. Like, it looks beautiful. And it's playing on PS4. And my friend, he actually said, I wonder, no, he didn't wonder. He said that, you know, have you noticed that they're playing on PS4? That's because if I'm thinking correctly, Xbox One only plays in 720p, so that's one of the reasons why. Man, this is really cool. She kind of reminds me, just by looking at her, she kind of reminds me of Raven from Injustice a little bit, just because of that hood there. Look at Ed Boon, man. He's the man. Look at that hand motion, those gestures, heaven and earth. Yeah, that's exactly what he's saying. He's like a heaven flow. What is a heaven flow? What is this doofus here with the blue shirt? Nah, he's not a doofus. That was mean. He's probably a really cool guy. But yeah, so classic get over here. I like the EX teleport there. The grab is not as cool as it was in MK9, where he'd grab you, wrap the chain around your neck and kick you and drag you down. Uh-oh. Here it comes. That person can't fight, but they sure know how to do a fatality. Isn't that right? Oh, look at that. Ah! That's what Scorpion just said. Devora wins. Yeah, like that was really cool. Actually, crushed the skull, and brain came out of it. That's awesome. So I'm definitely going to be using Scorpion. Like, who isn't going to be using Scorpion? I want to use Devora too. That Kotal Khan. I don't know if I'm going to use him. He's Shao Kahn's nephew. No, I'm kidding. I don't know what the story behind him. Sub-Zero definitely looks a lot cooler than, you know, he did in MK9. So it has like a little karate thing going on, a little karate bandana or whatever, or headband in the back. I don't know what that is, but like, he's really cool. They mentioned in the video that he's very dynamic in this game, which I can see, and that should be him, because Sub-Zero, like, all this shit, he has the power to control ice to his will, you know. Ice bends to his will, so, you know, he should have a lot of really cool moves. He, like, that ice laser was cool in MK9, but, you know, he can do an ice shield on here. He's making ice daggers, ice sledgehammers, just really making use of the fact that, you know, he has the power to control ice. This new character, Ferrator, like, I like Ferrator a lot, because, like, one, you got this big, like, hulkish dude that, you know, is kind of a grappler. Then you got Farah, the girl, man, she is fucking brutal. Just like that right there, like, that's just cool. He just sort of like threw her, and she threw Sub-Zero, and she just sort of followed up and cut up Sub-Zero real quick. Like, it's just really cool. Like, I can't wait to see more of that character. Like, I'm not really the big lumbering character type of guy, but, you know, that Ferrator looks really cool. And Ed Boon, he knows that, you know, adding them to the series, you know, he knows that will, like, give it a little bit of what's the word I'm looking for? It'll give it a little bit of limelight, I guess. It will start highlighting characters. Like, what's that game with the character with the big guy with the girl on his back? Yeah, like, people will recognize Mortal Kombat instantly for shit like that, just like how people will eternally recognize Sub-Zero and Scorpion, you know. Gosh, that still makes no sense, but yeah, it is still cool. Look at that, man. Sledgehammer, that shit is cool. And I love how Farah just runs around. It's kind of funny. You see her running in the background, and Tor is just like fucking jumping. Look at that. Man, that is really, really cool. I just can't wait to play this game. Look at Sub-Zero here, doing combos with damage with this ice sword, and he still has that move that I thought he didn't have, where he turns himself into ice. And by him turning himself into ice, when somebody touches him, they turn into ice. Because when you touch ice outside, you yourself turn into ice. Oh man, that shit is fucking brutal. But and I like how he looks cold. He doesn't like have, you know, ice arms, but they're very cold arms. They look fucking numb. Oh man, this fatality is nuts. Gotta love it. Oh man, Sub-Zero does not give a fuck about Tor. Farrah, who cares about Farrah? Look at Ed Boon, he's about to go on talking for a while, but you know, it's about that time. I don't think there's any more gameplay in this video, if I'm not mistaken. If there is, then we can just watch it. Casey Cage. Oh, they're showing this again. Yeah, I guess I could do commentary all over again. But yeah, like I was saying, or like I was about to say, I don't know why I think you guys can read my mind, but I don't think Kung Lao is gonna make a return just by the way the character arts look on the character select screen. There's nobody with like the hat like Kung Lao, but you never know. The game's supposed to have 24 characters. I can't wait to see it. I'm really glad that it did a time skip, because the time skip was really needed. All established fighters should have a time skip. Like, and I'm not talking about 5 years, I'm talking about 10, 17 years. Like, they said that this Mortal Kombat is going to start like right after MK9, and it's going to follow up 25 years later, which that's really cool. I can't wait to see who dies in this one. Like, MK9, now that I look at it that way, since it was the grand scheme of things was to make it like the prologue to the time skip, like, I kind of have a whole new respect for it, because, you know, I mean, they got rid of the characters and you're like, oh man, they're gonna bring them back in a stupid way in the next game. Well, they might still do that, but at the same time, you know, like, I'm thinking that they're gonna make an entire new cast of characters with some familiar faces, or maybe the kids of the characters that were in MK. Well, no, you can't do that because most of them are dead. But you know, I can't wait to see how they're gonna be clever with this, because I mean, people that die in Mortal Kombat come back. Scorpions come back a lot of times. New Cybot or Sub-Zeros came back twice as new Cybot and Cyber Sub-Zero. And as you can see, we have a new Sub-Zero here. So yeah, I have nothing to fear. Like, I know Kung Lao has to make it. Either that or his long lost cousin, who has this like a hat like him, but it's like a fedora. You know, because I've seen somebody look like they have a fedora in that character art earlier. But I guess that's all I had to say about this video here. I'm going to upload it, and I'm going to wait for Mortal Kombat X, because it's not called 10, it's called Mortal Kombat X, and possibly Tekken X Street Fighter. I'll see you guys later. Peace.